You know, a lot of people forget about eating healthy fats in their diets. We don't realize that they're an important addition to what we eat every day.
We think if we eliminate fat, we're supposed to eliminate all fat.
And that's just not true. So today we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about incorporating some of the good healthy fats into our bariatric diets.
All right. Stick around. See what we're up to.
So, a lot of times we forget that one of the most essential part of a healthy diet is healthy fats. Most of us are supposed to be eating a lower fat diet, which is very true. Lower fat is the way to go. But we still, for heart health and cholesterol level health, and even for just our skin and our hair and eyes, we need good, healthy fats in moderation in our system.
Well, and when we go to eliminate fat, you never want to eliminate all the fat because those are the things that keep your skin pliable, your hands from being so dry that they crack. So you've got to have good fats.
That's right.
These are some good ones.
These are some good examples of good fats. We've got nuts right here. And, these not only have fat, but these also have fiber in them as well, which is really important in our diets. Avocados are a great source of healthy fats in there. We have olive oil, any kind of olive oil, everything from the regular standard olive oil to extra virgin to light. These are all good sources. Coconut oil, which is one that many people don't think about, but it's a great source. There's also other sources too. There's salmon is a good source of good healthy fatty omega acids, and tuna is another good source. And so really just kind of be mindful, and in moderation, even animal fats such as butter and lard and suet they're finding now they're not quite as bad as they thought they were once upon a time. And it also nut oils, walnut oil, cashew oil, macadamia oil, those are all really great sources of good fats to have in your diet.
If you have a problem with cholesterol, you need to stick with the diet that the doctor gives you.
Yes, absolutely.
But these are some things that we as bariatric patients who don't have any problem with cholesterol can partake of. So always keep in mind, listen to your doctor. If he says no on something, be sure and follow his advice.
Because surgeon knows best always. Right. So speaking of avocados, today we're going to focus on this little gem of a good and healthy fat. So when we come back, we're going to show you guys how to prep an avocado, and we're going to show you an awesome salad that you can make with this that is so good that I want to eat it all the time. It's delicious. So we'll be back in just a second.
Hang around.
All right, we are back, and we are going to make my yummy salad. This is an avocado salad with shrimp. And this is a great way to, first of all, to get in your avocados, which is, like we just said, great source of those fatty omega-3s, just great source of the good fats. And so it also is going to give you an opportunity to get some veggies in because you got the onions and you got green onions going on here, and plus you get some vitamin C from the citrus, and then we're going to add some protein at the last minute. So, all right, first things first, while I am putting this dressing together, I want you to show them how to prep an avocado.
Okay.
And for this dressing, just so you know, I'm using one whole lime, super huge lime. If you're using the little bitty ones or the key limes, you're probably going to need 3 or 4 of them. So, and then I've got some olive oil here, and about 2 or 3 tablespoons, not much. So, all right, so that's what I'm putting in there along with some salt and pepper, and she's going to talk to you about that while I do this.
Okay. When you find an avocado that you think is the right size and shape, if you just barely touch it, if it's soft, then it's going to be ripe. If it's not ripe, bring it home, put it on the cabinet in a paper bag, and leave it for a couple of days, and it will ripen. As you can see, I'm just going around the edge. And another way to tell it's ripe is if this pops out, this end where it was connected to the tree. It's another way.
See, I didn't know that. I just learned something, y'all.
Give a twist. It separates beautifully. And then just tap it in the center if I can get in this, and give it a twist.
If you're nervous about doing that, wrap your hand in a towel first.
Or you can use a spoon and scoop it out. I mean, let's be honest. Some people really don't like that. Now, do you want this cubed or do you want
we're going to just do the scoring. Show them how to score it.
Okay. Very easily.
A paring knife, if you have it, probably work really well for that.
It could, yeah. And, whatever you have handy and whatever you feel comfortable with. I just hate to dirty up another knife when I...
True story.
When you're the chief cook and bottle washer, you try to eliminate as many as you can.
Is that the truth?
So, but these are very good, creamy
Those are
avocados.
beautiful avocados. We had one of those yesterday, and it is so good.
It was so good.
All right, I'm adding some salt and pepper. You're just going to add salt and pepper to taste, and I'm going to add a little pinch of cayenne to this, too.
Yeah, just to give it a little kick.
A little oomph.
And I'm going to cheat and use a spoon to scoop this out when you're ready.
We are almost there. Just a little tiny bit of cayenne.
Just a pinch.
I'm not going to use my fingers because I don't want that stuff near my eyes, so that's about it.
Yeah, just a tiny pinch.
All right, we can go ahead and start adding. Actually, first I'm going to add my onion. I've got some red onion here that I've just diced. I've got some cilantro here, and I've got some green onion, about 1/4 cup of each, depending on, what you like. Make this your own. Make it how you like it. If you don't like cilantro, I know a lot of people don't like cilantro. There is an actual genetic disposition against cilantro, so you can leave it out.
But you can use parsley.
You can use parsley. You can just leave it out entirely. You can just marinate your avocado in lime juice and olive oil and call it a day. All right, let's go ahead and we can add that avocado in.
See how it just falls
over
out
to my
in
spoon.
Nice little squares?
Yeah, it just does that for you automatically without even thinking about it. Get that in there. All right, and I think we can add one more avocado to that, Mom, if you want to.
You want to?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the avocado is the star of this dish. And it's super important, too, to remember that when you do your avocados, you want to make sure that as soon as possible, if you're not eating it immediately, that you put it in some kind of acidity, either a tomato base.
Or you can throw this in and it'll keep it from turning dark. Don't tell me why.
Really?
I don't know why, but it works.
I didn't know that either.
One of those quirky things that...
I'm learning a lot today.
When you make guacamole as many years as I have, you'll try anything. And that is one of those that actually works.
That is really interesting because I never would have thought to do that. Another something that's a really cool trick is you can take this, you wash it off really good to kind of get the avocado off of it, and you stick toothpicks on the side, and then you stick it stem side down into some water, and it'll root up. And that makes a really, really cool science experiment to do with your kids.
Yeah, we'll
It's a lot of fun.
begin the growth of a small avocado tree, which probably won't grow in your yard, so, don't.
Unless you live in California or Florida.
Or South Texas.
Yeah. This is already looking so good and creamy.
Oh, yes.
We'll clean this up a little bit. Get some of this mess out of the way so they can see what's going on.
Lots of good avocado. Forget it, you're not getting that.
That is, look at that, so beautiful. And if you don't like avocado, that's fine too. You can make this dressing and you can throw some shrimp in there. And you can actually do this with seafood of any kind.
If you grilled an ahi tuna, chopped it into pieces, pushed it in there.
There you go.
You talk about good.
All right, and here's our shrimp that we're using. These are pretty big little guys right here. These are almost prawn size. So you can definitely use smaller shrimp. Again, we're not putting a whole lot of shrimp in here because these are not the star of the show.
We could chop those up.
So you can chop them. You want to do that?
Let's chop them
up. Why not?
Chop them. This will give you, if you're on
chopped foods, that is a great idea right there.
And just remember that you can chop it smaller than I'm
Absolutely. And you can Looky there. And something else too to keep in mind, if you're doing this and you're going to let it sit for a little while in the refrigerator, you might want to undercook your shrimp just slightly because the acidity from the lime juice is going to finish cooking those through. It's a weird phenomenon that happens with citrus. When you put any kind of protein in citrus, it actually cooks it. And that's why you have Mexican dishes like ceviche that are really delicious, and then even steak tartare is done with an acidity, so it's actually got some cooking going on. So that's it. That is our salad right there.
Well, I'm ready to try it.
Beautiful. You are welcome to try this.
Let me get a plate.
Get a plate, and we're going to make sure that we get all the good stuff in there. And again, I mean, if there's anything in this that you don't like red onion, leave it out. You don't like green onion, leave it out. You don't like cilantro, leave it out. Use what you like. Add vegetables. Any vegetable really will work in here. We're going to get a little spoonful there.
I want to bite a shrimp.
I gave you a bite of shrimp right there. I'll give you another one.
You know something else that would work in this? And that the fake crab.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's whitefish.
Even real crab.
Right. But I mean, you know, if you're on a budget and you don't live close to the ocean like we don't live close to the ocean.
You know, that's another good hint, too. Unless you live on the coastline, avoid buying fresh fish. And the reason I say that is because if you're in the middle of the United States and you're buying fish that is not coming local out of your river, chances are it has been frozen and thawed and frozen and thawed and refrozen and thawed again, and it's really not 100% safe. So make sure you're buying your fish frozen, shrimp included, if you're not on the coastline.
That's why we've been going to the meat market where we know it is frozen once, it's brought there, and we buy it.
We buy it frozen.
We don't have to worry about it being defrosted in the bulk center.
Right, exactly. All right, so did you taste it yet?
I did.
Yeah, what
very
do you think?
good.
I'm going to get some
This
avocado.
is one of my favorite things.
Look at that. It's just so creamy looking. I know. And that lime just goes, pow!
It does give you and you can't even taste. You could probably have put a little bit more cayenne in there.
I think so too, actually. That is really
But
delicious.
that's a totally two-taste item. Because a lot of people do not like that backward kick. And you could put a little, you could put just some Louisiana hot sauce in there to give it a little kick.
Absolutely. You can put whatever you like in here. So, like we keep saying, this is a method, not a recipe. So if there's anything that you don't like in this, feel free to omit it and substitute something else. Other things that would be great in here, tomato.
Yes.
Asparagus that you have cooked and cooled off. Pretty much anything, really. Chicken. You can put chicken in there.
This would have been good with chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I think the crab, the chicken, and you could do 2 or 3 meats in there. I mean, different things in there, and make it more of a just a meat salad if you wanted to.
Now this we would actually use as a side dish. This would be used as a vegetable rather than as a main dish or as a protein because of the amount of shrimp. If you, like she said, if you wanted to make it into a main dish, you would definitely add more protein to it, and that would make a lovely main dish. But as it stands right now, it is delicious, and it is a great snack.
And it's just the right amount for the right time.
Exactly.
All
right. So, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to go and find your good fats and eat them because they're really, really good for you. Moderation, still, I mean, we don't want to, load up on them, of course, but in moderation, they are super good for you. Heart healthy, skin healthy, everything healthy.
A good treat during the hot weather.
Exactly. So don't forget to click that little like button. I can't talk today. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss an episode. And
stick around, see what we're up to.
That's right. See you later.